In the 2016 general elections under the leadership of Dr. Kenny Anthony, the Saint Lucia Labour Party lost with 6 seats to the United Workers' Party's 11. In 2021, the UWP under the leadership of Alan Chastney lost, winning only 2 seats to the SLP's 15. Kenny Anthony resigned from the leadership of his party, citing this loss as one of the lowest points in his life. But when Alan Chastney lost the 2021 election, retaining only 2 seats, including his own, he did not resign. As St. Lucia's next general election approaches, and as the political atmosphere grows thicker with discourse, it comes into question whether it is best for a defeated political leader to remain at the helm of the party, and when would it be in the party's best interest for them to release the reins of power. Citing the politics of other Caribbean islands, political historian Earl Huntley says it depends on how convincing the leader's personality is.
It depends a lot on the personality of the leader, whether you've got the charisma and the strength to endure it in opposition. And it also depends on the degree of the losses that you have sustained. In Kamala's case, the margins in Parliament were not that great. St. Vincent was also close, but it was it was over three elections, one after the other in the case of St. Vincent. It just did not become tenable. And as I said, it has to do with the personality of the leader, whether despite the losses you're charismatic enough to hold on to it and let people see that you can still go on.
According to him, the party's conventions and its supporters' level of tolerance also weigh in on whether the leader is changed or not.
It depends on whether your people would accept that. It depends on how
the people you mean
the people in your party, whether you can convince them that you can continue. It will depend on that. Can you convince them that yes, the figures may look bad in terms of seats, in terms of the popular vote, it's not that bad. It's whether you can make a case to continue. And it comes back to the traditions and the conventions. In a case like the UK, he couldn't hold on because the traditional convention is that if you lose that badly, you have to go. We have not evolved in that stage yet in the Caribbean.
In some political parties, Compton's UWP is an example, Huntley says the leader's personality both dominates and underpins the party through victories and failures, making it difficult for the party to find stable footing when that leader is no longer around.
We say that we have the Westminster system. We have not fully adopted it. We don't follow it all the time. If you look at the UK the system that we have adopted, a leader loses an election and he very rarely stays on. Somehow in the Caribbean, you see, because what happened, the way the parties involved being dominated by the leaders. And so whether or not they won, it was their party.
And
so then
Compton's party, UWP was so much Compton's party that they had a hard time moving on.
Right. And of course, when they did move on after his passing, it has become difficult for that party to really settle down and coalesce.
When asked about the role personal wealth and access to resources plays in an unsuccessful leader's retention of power, Huntley's response was that it factors in, but not for long.
Yes, that can help him stay on for only a limited amount of time if you keep on losing. And at some point, somebody is going to say, look, we can't continue. Because it's not only his money, it's money from other people. They will say, look, we're tired of putting money into this, giving you the money. And you'd have to go.
For Choice News Now, I'm Jason Sifflet.